Good morning, Ms. Kanchi Khanna. You are the Senior Director of Admission and Outreach from Plaksha University. So, you have held key organization at Education Institute throughout your professional career. What are the key factors that keep you connected with the education sector?
So, Niharika, the entire education system in India is transforming. And as a result, very exciting opportunities for students in interdisciplinary areas, which really challenge the traditional ways of learning, have come up. The number of universities across India are taking up this lead and are driving this change. And I have been fortunate to be a part of 3 such institutions, Ashoka, Kriya, and now Plaksha University. And their forward-looking missions have really resonated with me. These universities aim not only to transform the education sector by creating very high-quality opportunities for students, but they're also bringing in cutting-edge research and innovation to the front and center, something that unfortunately has been missing in the programs that we have been offering. So this is going to impact, it's going to have a larger impact on the world as we create very purposeful leaders who will be keen to take on the world's toughest challenges. And that's what makes me want to be a part of this growing revolution. And Plaksha, in that context, is a university that is reimagining technology education and research for India and for the world, actually.
Okay, so, ma'am, being the Director of Outreach and Admission at Plaksha University, what is your philosophy of leadership and how would you describe your leadership style?
So, Niharika, I believe that every student deserves a quality education, one that is flexible, allows for exploration and the freedom of choice, which allows them to grow personally and professionally. And that extends to my teams also. People who have chosen to work in an institution that is new age and futuristic. Given the uncertainties of the world, and you know what I mean, precisely the kind of world that comes to a standstill within a couple of weeks, the focus has to be on solving tough problems and being nimble. I believe that roles, responsibilities, priorities, and even teams are very dynamic. I worked in the initial project teams of some of the best new universities, and I've spent a lot of time on building, growing, and creating structures, charting out growth trajectories for employees. And I've realized that the best way to lead is to be people first, to be democratic, and to be collaborative.
That's really impressive, ma'am. So, how does the curriculum of Plaksha University ensures the best practice of industry?
So, a stellar group of people who have studied, taught, and worked across the globe have come together to set up this university and bring the best practices in designing and delivering of these programs. Our academic advisory board has Nobel laureates, eminent academicians, thought leaders from across the globe, each at the forefront of transforming education wherever they are in their own respective institutions. They play a key role in designing the programs and are instrumental in guiding our vision of framing a new model for tech education. The faculty, too, is being selected very carefully so that we onboard academics who are not only leaders in their disciplines, but also mentors and who will be able to guide students. Besides that, we have 60 plus founders who are business leaders, technology entrepreneurs, and again from across the world, and they play a very active role in supporting the venture, both philanthropically and also mentoring the students, building a community of change makers and impact creators. They are heavily invested in the success of Plaksha. We've also partnered with top institutions like UC Berkeley, Purdue, Stanford Research Institute, and together we work very closely on curriculum design, delivery, faculty and student exchange, and even collaborative research. So all this really ensures that Plaksha's programs are top-notch and the best in the field.
Ma'am, any insight into how your university could be more welcoming to students of different races or economic backgrounds?
So Niharika, again, Plaksha University is committed to building a student body that is diverse and inclusive. For us, it means not only socioeconomic, geographic, and gender diversity, but also diversity of thought and interests. In our outreach efforts, the team has reached out to over 30 Tier 1, Tier 2, and Tier 3 cities across the country and even beyond the country. They've interacted with students from national boards, from international boards, and are really looking out for meritorious students for the founding cohort. Another thing that we do is we have holistic admissions. This process goes beyond grades and scores to evaluate applications, to look at how they think, their creativity, and their attitude. And this is going to bring in a very diverse set of students. The learning model also at Plaksha is very collaborative. It's based on discussions and projects, which will allow sharing of ideas, peer learning, where students will learn more from each other than from faculty and texts, right? Also, we understand that when you learn in smaller groups, it allows students to develop a lot more confidence and leadership skills. So the class sizes will be very small. It encourages students to ask questions and to co-create knowledge in the classrooms. This program will also focus on developing communication skills and leadership skills amongst the students, which very few tech programs do. So that's how we intend to really bring in the inclusivity and diversity in our classrooms.
Kanchi ma'am, what do you think your roles and responsibilities to the university and the students are?
So as the Director for Outreach and Admissions, my role primarily is to ensure that we remain true to the university's vision of creating the next generation of fearless leaders who will solve the toughest problems of our planet, to reach out and to recruit meritorious students from diverse backgrounds, to adopt a counseling approach throughout the process so that the founding batches that join the university will help create a culture that will be, innovation-driven, definitely, but also be empathetic, respectful, and purpose-driven. To ensure that all students are guided by the team through the admissions process to have all the information they need to make this very important decision. And, we've specifically looked at not creating more stress around admissions that mostly students already have.
Ma'am, what would you like people to know about your university that they may not know?
Well, Plaksha is a new university, but what it's doing is it's pioneering a very unique model of engineering that focuses on interdisciplinary curriculum, hands-on pedagogy, and very impact-focused research. While all 4 majors that we offer are embedded in very cutting-edge technology, but what makes them unique is that they are interdisciplinary in their focus. They break down the boundaries of traditional engineering disciplines such as electrical, mechanical, and they are, the 4: computer science and artificial intelligence, robotics and cyber-physical systems, biological systems engineering, data science, business, and economics. And you can see how, they cut across disciplines. Nothing like this really exists before, and it's an opportunity for us to reimagine it in every possible way. While we bring in data and digital competencies, students also build their broader critical thinking skills, communication skills, an entrepreneurial mindset, leadership skills, and also build a great attitude. So Plaksha is really built on some of these founding principles, and the curriculum has all these elements integrated into it.
Ma'am, any suggestion you would like to give to the current youth and the aspiring students?
Well, Niharika, I've been with some of the top universities in the country, and I've met hundreds of students. The only advice I would like to give them, or suggestion that I would like to give them, is that, it's a great time to be a student today. There are a whole lot of opportunities open to them to choose from. But I know how stressful it can be to choose a course and a career pathway. But what we do know is that data and digital will really rule. Some of the best career opportunities are going to lie in being comfortable with technology. And the world is changing so fast. The problems are becoming so complex that students should aim to get an education that prepares them not just for a job, but for their life. That helps them develop broad perspectives, skills like critical and analytical thinking, and a great attitude, like I said before. Because qualities like grit, determination, persistence, they're going to hold them in good stead and allow them to be successful in whatever they do in life.
Thank you, ma'am. And Kanchi, ma'am, what do you think should be the university's top priority over the next 10 years?
So, Harika, we are looking to build a multidisciplinary university with undergraduate, master's, PhD, and other lifelong education programs in the areas of engineering, bioscience, design, social sciences, policy, and business. We also want to set up a robust innovation ecosystem, which is supported, sponsored, and also mentored by both the industry and the academia. We want to build a diverse community of students. Say in the next 10 years, we would want around 8,000 students studying on the campus, 50,000 students studying online, 500 faculty members, 100 plus founders and supporters. We also want to set up very distinctive research centers, 5 to 7 of these, to solve big problems, centers which are impact focused, look to address the grand challenges of the world like climate change, clean water, future mobility, and cybersecurity, and so on. So that's really the vision, and we are working towards it.